Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Thursday, February 27th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown, so if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. First off, a couple clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. Second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, ticker symbol SMCI. Pretty eventful day on this one, and certainly updates need to be made. So for those of you that have watched any of my past videos, hopefully you remember me talking about that red line there, that key area of resistance. And that was one of those levels where my whole argument was I wouldn't get too excited about things until the price can at least get back above that area. And that did happen today. Gapped up above that area, which is good to see. Unfortunately, it's been drifting back downward, so not as strong of a break as what you would like to see. But I am going to get rid of that level because overall the chart is still hanging in there. Now, there is a bit of perspective that goes into this. What do I mean? Well, if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 10 minutes, well then yeah, from that standpoint, chart's looking rough as the price has pulled back quite a bit. But from a bigger picture standpoint, the price is still doing a good job of staying above that pink line there, the 200 period moving average. You can see it bounced nicely off of it right there. So again, from the overarching standpoint, the bulls are hanging in there. The price is working on building an overall higher base. And again, quote unquote, overall higher base being defined as just staying up above that pink line as the pink line itself moves higher and higher. In terms of levels of resistance now moving into Thursday, key battleground to watch right up here around the 55-75 mark, so keep a close on that. And really in the nearer term, before you even really put too much emphasis on that level, price first needs to prove itself by getting back above that pink or purple line there, 50 period moving average. So yeah, good overall movement with the gap up. Unfortunately, it pulled back a bit, but again, from the big picture, still has the chance to stay above that pink line, which matters most. Next one, TRNR, and this is one ugly looking chart. No need to beat around the bush, but for you longer time viewers, you know what I'm going to say next. There can be opportunity in the ugly. And what I find interesting about this one is after the very nasty pullback, the price has now at least started to go sideways. Now, let me be very clear, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because the price has gone sideways does not mean for sure guaranteed the pullback's over and for sure guaranteed this thing's getting ready to head back up. My point here is it's at least plausible to suggest it. Case in point, let's say the price was still dropping, and I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like this could be the bottom. You'd be totally justified to say, wait, what are you talking about? Based on what? The price is literally going straight down. But that's not the case here. It's at least going sideways. So again, sideways doesn't mean it's for sure going to go back up, but it just means it's a more plausible to suggest such a thing. So on that note, key area of support headed into Thursday, going to be right there at about $1.22. And then at the main area of resistance in the very near term, you can see right here that pink line, rejected the price, rejected the price, rejected the price, and that's currently valid at basically $1.37. So if the price can get a bounce off this area, get a push up through that pink line, am I saying it goes all the way up to those highs? Absolutely not. But from a risk versus reward standpoint, meaning relative to what was being risked, again, assuming you're a disciplined trader, compared to what you could get on some sort of bounce and potential reward, like I said, you could be looking at a nice risk-reward scenario. So if you like these sorts of circumstances, keep an eye on it. Next one here, ENVB, and same general idea. I don't want to say quite as ugly of a chart as the previous one, but yeah, to think at one point the price was up there, and true story to think that there were people buying up around that area. Hopefully they had in stop losses, but big pullback now. But it has again started to level out. So as I just mentioned, just because it's going sideways doesn't mean guaranteed bottom, but at least becomes a little bit more valid to make such a suggestion. And moving forward now, I think a lot of people are going to be watching a trend line very similar to that. So if the price can work its way up here and get a break up through there, guaranteed no, but is it plausible to think that a break of that trend line could create some additional momentum? I think that's a plausible thought to have. And then in terms of areas of support, green for support. Nothing fancy here. Just where did this big old pullback and consolidation sideways action start? That was right there around $2.19. So keep an eye on that. If $2.19 can't quite hold up, then not saying the price goes straight down, but really nothing support-wise as you go back here until down there around those key moving averages. So a break of there, I can see the price drifting relatively quickly down to that area. But so far, so good. $2.19 is holding as support. Next one here, LCID. Talked about this one previously. Had a nice pattern here, but at least the price was polite, meaning it would have been very impolite had the price come up here, acted like it wanted to break out, and then did this move, but nothing. It just flat out gapped down below the pattern. So that pattern has been eliminated. And what I'm going to do here is actually just extend this line out because I could see this still coming into play. So now that the price is down below that area, basic rules, when levels of support are broken, they tend to act as resistance. So with any sort of attempted move back up, I think that's going to be a key area of resistance to keep a close eye on. If the price can push up through there, then next key level to watch very closely would be the purple line there, 50-period moving average. Keyword there being moving, so as time goes by, that line is going to move itself downwards and get more and more relevant. But those would definitely be the main areas to watch from a resistance standpoint. In terms of levels of support, I'm actually going to go to the 4-hour time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks now represents 4 hours of time, because we're having to go back way into the chart's history now to figure out where some next potential areas of support are. Okay, it's basically, what is that area? Right about there, which is about $2.21, and I'm going to add in one more just in case this downwards momentum continues, because yes, a whole lot of downwards momentum. So right there then at 205. So 221, 205, next couple of areas of support if this movement down continues. But yeah, no doubt about it, a whole lot of downward pressure has shown up. Next one here, NVDA, and we've got some progress. We have some bullish dynamics here. I'm going to get rid of that level. That can move forward because, yeah, from where the price was to where it is right now, let's see what happens. Granted, I know that there is earnings, so this is could all just disappear in a hurry. But as of right now, there is progress being made, and progress being made easily, visual via that trend line right there. So moving forward, if the price can stay above that line, that is symbolizing progress is being made. And while it may not be the most exciting thing from a bullish standpoint, it's all about building those higher lows, and that's what that trend line is representing. You want to see the price continue to build higher bases. So if the market loves earnings, then yeah, this area of resistance right here, I doubt stands much of a chance. I would assume the price will easily push up through there. But nonetheless, that is still an area of resistance headed into earnings is 135, just like that trend line is an area of support. But again, with earnings, I'd be pretty shocked if the price stays in between these two levels right here. But at the end of the day, it's, no need to overcomplicate it. Any sort of movements down below the trend line, that's illustrating a pretty bearish feeling towards the earnings. Anything up above that area up there, that's illustrating a very bullish viewing towards earnings. But if somehow the price does stay between these lines, well, then just this consolidation continues within the wedge here. But like I said, this scenario here, I highly doubt is actually going to take place. But we'll see what happens with it. So grab your popcorn for earnings. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description area that you can use to sign up. Or if you're watching right at my website, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can use to sign up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free class. Next one here, taking a look at MULN, and overall, a nice little pattern here is formed, but there is perspective. Day traders, scalpers that bought right there wanted to buy and sell within 7 minutes. From that angle, the chart looks terrible. But from the bigger picture, like I said, nice little pattern here is formed. So let's get this pattern drawn into play. We have the resistance part of the pattern here. We have a support part right there, green for support. And then just to make it easier to see, let's keep it one color. So we have our area of resistance. We have our area of support. We have the big explosive move right there. For you golfers out there, make it a little bit more visual. Put the golf hole down here. Here we have a bull pennant pattern. Not just because something's a bullish pattern does not mean for sure guaranteed it's going to go upwards. But is it plausible to think that if the price can come up here and get a good high volume break of that level right there, that could create additional buying pressure? That is certainly a plausible scenario. So if you like this price range, if you like bull pennant patterns, keep an eye on it. Next one, NIO. Very, very nice move as I speak. So going into this final 30 minutes, there was this bull pennant pattern right there, which you can see the price has just broken out from, and it started to make a move. So if you're somebody that likes to quote-unquote play the breakout, yeah, for you, you have missed it. But with that being said, we now get to ask a very exciting question, and that is this. Is this the start of something even bigger? Now think about that question. It makes no sense to ask it if nothing worthwhile is happening. Because if nothing's happening, then you can't say, is this the start of something bigger? Because, well, there is nothing. But in this situation, we do have a breakout. So yeah, is this breakout the start of something even bigger? Now, to be fair, maybe it's not. Maybe this thing rolls right back over. But again, to be fair, that's a two-sided coin. Maybe this is the start of something much bigger, and this thing gets ripping and rolling and continues to boom for the remainder of the week. So sure, again, if you like to play the breakout, technically you missed the breakout. But there is a breakout. It's seemingly like it's a good, strong breakout. So let's see if this is indeed the start of something much bigger and if there can be even more momentum on the week. Next one here, TSLA, and the bleeding continues. Although maybe, just maybe, we finally have maybe something that's suggesting a turnaround. But I'm also maybe just trying to fit a square peg through a round hole. So if you think that I'm doing that, no offense is taken. Let me know in the comment section. But do we have a worthwhile falling wedge pattern here? I think we do. Whether or not it plays out remains to be seen. But Tesla, sure, put in new lows here, but it wasn't nearly as violent as, this new lows. That new low was crazy. This new low, yeah, it broke, but then it kind of went pretty slow and steady. So yes, is this a sign that the selling pressure is alleviating? And is this a sign that this is going to try to, turn itself back around? We shall see. But it really boils down to, do you like the falling wedge type of patterns? If you don't, then yeah, this is probably not, there's not a whole lot for you to like on this one. But if you do like falling wedge patterns, and you like when falling wedges and technical patterns are happening on very well-known stocks, such as Tesla is, then yeah, this one I would say should definitely be on the watch list, because falling wedge pattern on a very popular stock. Let's see if this can ultimately lead to some sort of breakout back to the upside. Next one here, ticker symbol PRCH. Big mover today. Now we have a little bit of a pullback here, so ultimately good solid movement. So let's start with some areas of support. And what I would call the ideal level of support, we say, Clay, what would make this chart look the absolute strongest moving forward? And that would be if the price can stay up there above $5.90. Now, if the price falls below there, that doesn't mean the chart's ruined or anything like that. Because from the big picture point of view, you have the 50-period moving average. Keyword certainly being moving, because I understand the price is way up here. This line's way down there. But as time goes by, that line's going to move itself higher and higher and get more and more relevant. So from the bigger picture point of view, and that's why I like to call moving averages trend lines for lazy people. If you don't feel like drawing a trend line, let this quote-unquote trend line draw itself for you. And from the overarching standpoint, as long as the price is above that purple line, then that does imply the overall trend is still in the bull's favor. So keep a close eye on that, just again from an overarching standpoint. But preferably speaking, in terms of what would make the chart look the strongest, certainly if the price can stay above 590. In terms of levels of resistance, no need to overcomplicate this. Just a question of where did the party finally stop today, and that was right up there at 692. So like I said, no fancy logic behind that other than just asking the basic question, where did the party stop? Party stopped at 692. But all in all, great movement today, great volume. So we'll see if this momentum carries into Thursday. Next one, PLTR, and we had this falling wedge in place, and I mean, it's trying. It did come up here, get rejected earlier on in the day, and then get the late morning break. Came back down, at least it back tested the breakup point, and is now going sideways again. But yeah, if I'm being honest, I would have thought a breakout would have at least sent it up to that purple line. I never said that publicly, but like I said, if I'm just being totally honest, yeah, I would have thought the break there would have sent it up to the purple line. So I essentially got that wrong in the, kind of in my own mind. Now, it could still come up there and test the purple line, but that's just my long way of saying a pretty mild breakout of the pattern here. But now we have a couple of different situations where the price is starting to put in higher lows, which is a step in the right direction. So you look at that low, and that low. And preferably speaking, if you picture these as stair steps, and if you're bullish, you want to see these stair steps continue to progress in the upwards direction. Maybe the easiest way to see that is let's just get ourselves a trend line in place. So let's see if the price can now at least start to honor that trend line. And again, as long as the price stays above that trend line, then that does imply that the overall progress is still being made in the upwards direction. So keep a close eye on that. And then in terms of areas of resistance, main battleground now right up there at the 91.80 mark. You can see right there, 91.80 rejected the price, rejected the price, rejected the price. And even if the price does push through there, don't lose track of that purple line there, 50-period moving average, as that could present a problem too. But in the very near term, you do have an ascending triangle pattern, which is bullish. Does that lead to a breakout over the next couple of days? We'll see what happens. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. It'll be very soon, Thursday, February 27th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So I hope to see you there. And as far as these top 10 videos are concerned, if you enjoy these, then please hit that like button. And if you're looking for a super free and easy way to support the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really does help out. So thanks for watching, and make sure you get signed up for the free class.